Bueno, nos encontramos con uno de los malos de la película de James Bond. Él es Dave Bautista, que lo recuerdan por Guardian of the Galaxy. Él es Mr. Hinx. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah, I'm very good. How are you?
Tell me, this is a great experience for you. You're living the dream of your life. Congrats for that.
Right, thank you very much.
So, when they call you, hey, do you want to try for SPECTRE? Do you want to try for a Bond movie? Did you pee in your pants?
No, I literally, and I'm not kidding, I said, hell yeah, because my agent said, how would you feel about being in a Bond film? And I said, hell yeah. And he said, okay, well, we're going to send you the sides and you do the audition, we're going to send it in. I was like, all right. And I was really nervous, and but it was a little bit, of a lengthy process, not too lengthy, not like Guardians or anything. But it was, the audition process and kind of waiting and then going over to meet Sam, and then about a week later, they offered me the part, so I was like...
And you have to lose some weight also.
No, it's weird. At first, Sam said, because I was really trim at the time, I was probably gotten myself down to about 250, which I was kind of worried about going in, but I was trying to lose weight because I wanted to be open for more roles. So I went in to talk to Sam, and I wasn't my biggest, and he asked me if I would put on some weight. And I said, okay, yeah, no problem, because that's just my thing. If I get into the weights or eat a little bit more, I put on weight. I was like, no problem. Then I went to get measured for all the, my clothes and everything. And they said, don't put any more weight. You're going to look big enough. Just please don't put any more weight, because they don't want me to be busting out of clothes. So it was like one of those things. It's where I feel like my terms of big is something different in Hollywood.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And this character, Mr. Hinx, he's one of the bad guys. He worked for Spectre. And when you approach him, he's an intelligent guy. Yeah. He's into actions. Tell me more about him and what you did for him for this movie.
What I did for Mr. Hinx is not a whole lot.
No? It was all written?
No, not so much, but this was very good advice that I had been given from my acting coach. And I really believe in this advice, but he said, be professional and know your lines, but don't over-rehearse, don't overthink a character, because when you go to set, you want to be open-minded and allow yourself to be directed by the director and also bounce off the other cast members. So I practice that, and I preach that, and I practice it. And Sam has made this very easy for me, because he's very clear about what he wants. And he's also he does things, he's very methodical in the way he does things, man. It's a very slow process, and you feel like it's slow, but when you see the end result, it's just perfection, and it's beauty. And it's like being in church, it's very quiet. And Sam doesn't shout things at you. He always comes out and he talks to you, and he hardly ever raises his voice above this level. And which makes you feel very comfortable and very relaxed. So he's made it super easy.
And how was working with Daniel and Sam also, the action scenes? We're going to see a lot of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Are we?
Everybody's being very vague about the storyline, about the characters. So I always say that if you were to assume that Mr. Hinx and James Bond were going to fight, then you could also assume that it would be the best fight scene you have ever seen in a James Bond film.
Okay, let's see that then. And were you a James Bond fan movie before?
Yeah, for sure. I've always been a fan. I've been a fan for years and years. I was a fan. Sean Connery was a little bit before my day and age, but Sean Connery was the guy that I had always placed his face with James Bond until Daniel took over the role of James Bond, and I mean that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a pleasure.